Hello and welcome to my channel Close to the Edge, where we talk about all things prog rock, classic rock, heavy rock, and maybe even a sticker rock. Stick around, you never know. Today I'm going to do a follow-up to my last video of the best prog albums of the 1970s. And really interested in all of your comments. Some people said some of the albums I did weren't really prog. Well, they're prog to me, to be honest with you. Maybe the Mike Oldfield album and the Animals album by Pink Floyd weren't kind of full-blown prog, but there's prog bits in there. Prog is more of a generalisation in my view, that you could have certain albums that has prog elements in it but wouldn't be prog as such. Maybe there's one or two of them here, but anyway, this is my part 2 and I'm going to crack on. And the first album is by the Dutch band Focus. Here it is on LP. It's Live at the Rainbow in London in 1973. Now, if you haven't heard Focus before, they're an absolutely amazing. Their early albums are brilliant. Real proggy, folky, whatever you want to call it. But this is a brilliant, brilliant live album, and this is one I would recommend you get to listen to because this has brilliant tracks on it. This has Focus 3 on it, has Focus 2, it has Hocus Pocus, Sylvia, and of course there's a Hocus Pocus reprise on it. And Jan Akkerman on guitar is absolutely amazing. But anyway, that's one to get. Focus, Live at the Rainbow. It's a single live album, but absolutely amazing album from the 70s. The next one is Pink Floyd, The Wall. Now, some people say this is not really prog, but it's a concept album. And to me it's prog-ish. Absolute genius. People think the first two sides are the best two sides and the second two sides are weak, especially the fourth side. I don't believe so. I think this is an amazing classic prog album of the late 70s, 1979. Anyway, Pink Floyd, The Wall. Absolutely brilliant. Next one up, again, people have said that Rush are not prog. Well, I think they are prog. Maybe prog metal, maybe, but it's a Farewell to Kings. I had Hemispheres on the last one. This is absolutely amazing. This is unbelievable. Yeah, the singing might be a little bit high on it, but you have Cygnus X1 on this. This is pure class. A killer album. An absolute killer album. If you haven't heard Rush, I presume most of my subscribers have. Probably all of you have actually. Go and check this out. Farewell to the Kings. I think this was released 77. Next one up is one of my favourite prog bands of all time. Of course I have so many of them, but these are one of them. And this is the box set from Jetro Tull's Songs from the Wood. Now this is unbelievable. What you get on these box sets is unbelievable. These box sets they have no equal. They're the ultimate in box sets from any band. They're just so good. You can get your hands on some of them, and you're into Tull and you haven't got any, see can you get them. They're quite pricey now, I have to say, especially over here in Ireland. But this is absolutely amazing. Sure, it kicks off with a proggy track, if ever there was a proggy track, Songs from the Wood. Like, it's unbelievable. And I just think Hunting Girl on this is just pure class. This was released in 77. This is unbelievable prog. Jetro Tull, Songs from the Wood. Next one we go to King Crimson. Lark's Tongue and Aspect. This is the first album with Bill Bruford on it and John Wetton. And they brought out the 3 albums. They had Starless and they had Red after that. I had Starless on the last one. This is unbelievable. This is just crazy album. This is pure killer. Like, the closing track, Lark's Tongue and Aspect Part 2, it's like, it's nearly like proto heavy metal, like the way the guitar starts off on this. And again, if you haven't heard it, go and check this one out. Lark's Tongue and Aspect by the Giants of Prog, King Crimson, and now they are prog. Throw it over here. Next one I went with, yes again, but this time I went with their triple live album which was brought out originally on LP, but now this is the double CD remastered. And this is Yes Songs. Now this. If you're not into Yes, I'd advise you to get this one, because this has all the best stuff up to Close to the Edge. It's mostly Close to the Edge off it, Fragile, and the Yes album. And this is just unbelievable. Bill Bruford's only on a couple of tracks on this. You have Alan White who took over from Bill Bruford. But this is just, and this remastered version is absolutely excellent. I always thought when I had the LP, it sounded a bit tinny. Sound quality wasn't great, but this one is absolutely brilliant, and the musicianship on this album is second to none. That's Yes. Now I'm going to go with Frank Zappa now. People say he's not prog. Well, he's not really prog, he's everything. He has everything in his music vocabulary. He is unbelievable. Again, a live album, Zappa in New York. And this is just, again, if you haven't heard Zappa, go and get this one. It's just the musicianship. Like, Cruising for Burgers on this is prog rock at its best. The guitar solo on it is amazing. The musicianship on it is amazing. And it's just a super album. That's Frank Zappa, live in New York. Now I'm going with a band I didn't mention the last time. Borboleta by Santana. Now people say, well, they're not prog. Well, they're kind of prog. Kind of Latin prog. Like, these are just, and like Carlos Santana is one of the greatest guitarists ever in rock music, and these musicians could kick ass. They really could kick ass, and this is an amazing album. And if you're not familiar with Santana, I'd advise you to go and get this one and some of their earlier albums, and another live album, Moonflower. If you can get that, that's absolutely unbelievable. Anyway, that's Santana, Borboleta. Now back to England for Gentle Giant and Octopus. Phil Shuman's last album. A lot of people think this is their best album. It's one of their best because they have so many good albums, and this is pure class. It's a crazy album, really, because you sit down and listen to this and you just can't get over how good the musicians are on this album. It's just unbelievable. Gentle Giant, Octopus. Now I'll just stop there for a second, and I'd like to thank all my new subscribers. Welcome to Close to the Edge, and hopefully if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe and like. It does help me out here, and I really do appreciate all the comments, and I read every one of them. So just want to say a big thank you to all my new subscribers. Really do appreciate it, and I mean that. Next one, we go to Germany for Eli, and this is Dawn. This is an absolutely amazing, crazy, brilliant album. Is it prog? It's more space rock proggy. You know, that's what it is. But to me it's prog. And it's pure class. Pure class. And as Pete Pardo would say over there on Sea of Tranquility, it's a killer album. An absolute killer. That's Eli, Dawn. Go and check that out. Next one we go with Trilogy by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. What an amazing album. This is the album before Brain Cell Surgery, but this is brilliant. A lot of people don't like this album. I love this. Hoedown is on this. It's a cover, and I just think it's pure class. I like the cover. People don't like the cover. I like the cover. That's Trilogy, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Go and check this one out. Come to the end there now. We'll go with Camel Mirage. This is unbelievable. Never made it really big, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's brilliant. Like, and this is the remastered version of this, and I just think it's absolutely, it blows my boat. I'll tell you that now straight up. This is unbelievable. If you haven't heard Camel, go and check this one out, and the other one I mentioned on the last video, Moon Madness. They're the two I would highly recommend. That's Camel Mirage. And my last one is Genesis. This is Selling England by the Pound. Now, it took me a while to get into this album, but the more I listen to it, it's going to move up my ranking. I did a ranking on Genesis recently, and it was high enough, but I've listened to it again and again. And someone said on one of the comments on the Genesis, go and listen to this again, and I have done. And I have a Japanese version here, which my good friend Kevin gave me this copy, because my copy wasn't great, and I really do appreciate that, Kevin. But this is absolutely stunning. Genesis. Go and check out them if you haven't heard of them. But anyway, that's basically it. Just did an part 2 of this, and if you like it, like it. If you don't like it, of course, don't like it. And please do subscribe. And I'll hope to have another video very soon. Try to get 2 out a week. And again, I just want to repeat myself. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed and commented. And I don't mind the comments, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. If you think I could do things better, I do appreciate constructive criticism, because I'm very new to this. My first video was only in July, so I'm getting there, slowly but surely. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I really do appreciate it. And whatever you're doing, have a nice day, and stay safe. Bye bye.